That's not what they taught. We're beautiful. Mm. Um, I'm going to ask you this, Marlo, because you've got so much insight, especially with the field of work that you do. How do you how do segregated communities affect the education system in America?
It is everything. It is everything. That is why inner city schools don't have money, because the ownership of the property, who was it? You just described Compton. They sold their houses, probably just rented them out and never fixed them to become nice little slumlords. They sold their property or they leased it so that they could become nice little slumlords, evading taxes and not putting that money into that community that they're still siphoning money out of, right? So if there is no money going into that, if the taxes aren't paying to support the schools, they move. They say we about to build six-figure houses over here. You know that tax bill is lit. We're gonna build great schools for our kids. The problem is in our community, because our issues are so compounded, right? There is lack, there is poverty, there is survival mode, which begets violence. Like it's all just stacked up on top of one another, just problem after problem after problem. And we often can't see our way out of that kind of stuff to start solidifying and putting resources into our community schools. And if you're lucky, like a city of New Orleans, you don't have community schools anymore. You have some kind of weird hodgepodge school system that doesn't serve anybody except for the colonizers. Because I hear they making colonies. That's what the guy said in the first video. They settling. So for these settlers that came to New Orleans, they managed to get a community school where Black families could not reorganize in that way. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the pushiness of who they are, or if it's the kindness that Melissa described that we are. But there has to be a little bit of fight, a little bit of study, and a little bit of understanding. Black people that have seats at the table need to get back to educating people that don't have seats at the table, so that we understand how this stuff goes. Because of course, if nobody paying taxes, where's the money for the school coming from? Even if you're renting, if your slumlord isn't paying taxes, where is the money coming from? Or if everybody is getting some kind of exemption and there's no money going into it, schools are directly related to property tax. Black communities have all these industrial plants and factories and smoke all up in them. These people making hundreds of billions of dollars, oil companies, not putting money into the schools. Instead, they send $2,000-3,000 scholarships to seniors one time a year, or they throw some type of athletic banquet and they put their logo on it. We have to stop accepting less. We have to start being in the meeting when the decisions are being made. We have to start like the people in Memphis. I applaud everybody in Memphis that is fighting to keep all of this tech toxic waste out of their backyards. That is what we have to do, because we end up coming up short every single time. Our schools suffer, and then we do it too, right? Everything falling apart in our community. We run to the best neighborhood over here where they don't want us. It is a
Ooh,
psychological issue that we
yeah.
have to get over. And I don't know what the solution is, because it is individual.